beside you in school while we paint and make you laugh. Mine was never very good. Yours looked exactly like the photograph. Looks like I'm growing up beside you. I don't always get the way you feel, but now I've learned to live with that. It's like I'm a part of something real. I was hitting the bottle, now I broke the seal. Looks like I'm growing up beside you. And the sun sets the scene while the rain misses me, and all the time I'll be growing up beside you. Oh, the sun sets the scene while the rain misses me, and all the time I'll be growing up beside you. While the rain misses me, and all the time I'll be growing up beside you. Oh, lady, looks like I'm growing up beside you.
Will you remember me like the circled stones on the ancient hills, where you walk alone, where the wind can speak my secret name like the air you breathe? Will you remember me? Will you remember me as your airplane flies over foreign seas and breaking skies like a perfect child you can't bear to leave in your last long days? Will you remember me? Will you remember me on the edge of life, where time runs slow, where some can fly in these shuttered rooms, where we say goodbye when the soul is free? Will you remember when there's no need to breathe? Will you remember me?
Well, I started out down a dirty road. Started out all alone, and the sun went down as I crossed the hill, and the town lit up. The world got still. I'm learning to fly, but I ain't got wings. Coming down is the hardest thing. Well, the good old days may not return, and the rocks might melt, and the seed may burn. I'm learning to fly, but I ain't got wings. Coming down is the hardest thing. Some say life will beat you down and break your heart, steal your crown. So it started out for God knows where. I guess I'll know when I get there. I'm learning to fly around the clouds.
Welcome everyone to the Basis Ahwatukee Class of 2020 graduation ceremony. This has been a long time in coming, and we're so happy to join with you this evening to celebrate our graduates. My name is Lisa Jacobs, and I am the college counselor here at Basis. I will be your MC for this event. To begin our program, we will hear a short word from our head of school, Miss Kristen Jordison.
Good evening, class of 2020, family, loved ones, and friends. It's my distinct honor to be with you this evening to celebrate this milestone, a ceremony to commemorate all that you have accomplished to this point, as well as the opportunity to look forward. While we're not able to come together as originally planned, we wanted to provide the opportunity for you to hear from those that know you the best, your fellow student speakers and your selected faculty speaker. But before I turn it over to each of them, I will steal a few moments to share my appreciation for the many teachers that have taught and mentored you, to your parents and loved ones who have given you guidance, and most importantly to each of you. Ability has never been your issue. No, you are infinitely capable and passionate about so many things, brimming full and overflowing with ideas. Each and every one of you has the wingspan to reach outside of the realm of what seems possible. Instead, your only limitation is the number of hours in the day. So I encourage you to continue investing the time wisely, be intentional about pursuing things that matter, both short and long terms. Harness the wealth of opportunity that you have been given to make a difference and have a meaningful impact. As the old adage says, whom much is given, much is expected. And although you've worked extremely hard for the advantages that you have, don't lose sight of the fact that not everyone has been given the same opportunity or perspective. You are all leaders, so use your influence for good. Class of 2020 graduates, your potential is limitless, and there is so much good that have already done and have yet to do. We cannot wait to see what your future holds and the impact that you will make. And now it's my true honor to turn this virtual stage over to your faculty speaker, the wonderful Mrs. Gertler.
As we gather to celebrate you, class of 2020, I am nostalgic for the times we had together, but also excited for the new adventures that await you. While there are countless anecdotes of your time at Basis Ahwatukee that I could recount, I simply want to say that I am proud of you. I am proud of your compassion that, like the raspberry of the National Honor Society, is deep. This is reflected in the donation drives and volunteer work that you have done. Remember that your compassion is needed in this world, and particularly at this time. I am proud of your ingenuity that, like the raspberry of Leadership Society, is bright and brimming with new ideas. We need leaders who are enthusiastic and willing to think outside of the box. I am proud of your voice that, like the raspberries of Speech and Debate and Thespian Society, is vivid. Continue to speak out. Create commonalities through performance. Enhance understanding through discussion. Advocate for those who are not able to speak out. I am proud of your paths, like the dark raspberry of the volleyball uniforms and the bright raspberry of the soccer uniforms, are varied. Like many of our discussions in class, there is not one single correct answer, not one single correct path. I am proud of your commitment that, like the raspberry on the walls of Basis Ahwatukee, is solid. Each of you chose a basis education, whether you started basis in 6th grade or joined in 9th grade. Your commitment to hard work and maybe a few late nights, although never because of procrastination, is celebrated today. Now you are making a new commitment, and it does not matter if you are in sunny California or metropolitan New York, if you are in the desert of Texas or the forests of Wisconsin. I have confidence that you will succeed. After all, we are family. As you, class of 2020, leave Basis Ahwatukee, I know that these qualities, along with what you have learned and with the relationships you have made, you will leave an indelible mark on the world. Go and paint the world with raspberry. Congratulations, class of 2020. Okay, so one final story time for the class of 2020. Instructions by Neil Gaiman, illustrated by Charles S. Touch the wooden gate in the wall you never saw before. Say please before you open the latch. Go through. Walk down the path. A red metal imp hangs from the green painted front door as a knocker. Do not touch it. It will bite your fingers. Walk through the house. Take nothing. Eat nothing. However, if any creature tells you that it hungers, feed it. If it tells you that it is dirty, clean it. If it cries to you that it hurts, if you can, ease its pain. From the back garden, you will be able to see the wild wood. The deep well you walk past leads to winter's realm. There is another land at the bottom of it. If you turn around here, you can walk back safely. You will lose no face. I will think no less of you. Once through the garden, you will be in the wood. The trees are old. Eyes peer from the undergrowth. Beneath a twisted oak sits an old woman. She may ask for something. Give it to her. She will point the way to the castle. Inside it are 3 princesses. Do not trust the youngest. Walk on. In the clearing beyond the castle, the 12 months sit about a fire, warming their feet, exchanging tales. They may do favors for you if you are polite.
You may pick strawberries
In December's frost, trust the wolves, but do not tell them where you are going. The river can be crossed by the ferryman will take you. The answer to his question is this: if he hands the oar to his passenger, he will be free to leave the boat. Only tell him this from a safe distance.
If an eagle
Gives you a feather, keep it safe. Remember, the giants sleep too soundly, that witches are often betrayed by their appetites. Dragons have one soft spot, somewhere, always. Hearts can be well hidden, and you betray them with your tongue. Do not be jealous of your sister. Know that diamonds and roses are as uncomfortable when they tumble from one's lips as toads and frogs. Colder, too, and sharper, and they cut.
remember your name.
Name. Do not lose hope. What you seek will be found. Trust ghosts. Trust those that you have helped to help you in their turn. Trust dreams. Trust your heart, and trust your story.
When you come back,
Return the way you came. Favors will be returned, debts will be repaid. Do not forget your manners. Do not look back. Ride the wise eagle, you shall not fall. Ride the silver fish, you will not drown.
ride the gray wolf.
Hold tightly to his fur.
There is a worm
At the heart of the tower, that is why it will not stand. When you reach the little house, the place your journey started, you will recognize it, although it will seem much smaller than you remember. Walk up the path and through the garden gate you never saw before, but once. And then go home, or make a home, or rest.
Thank you so much, Ms. Gertler. At this time, I would like to recognize the student speaker for the class of 2020. Earlier in the year, the seniors were asked to vote for the student that they believed would best summarize their experiences at Basis Ahwatukee. I'm happy to welcome Hannah Littler as our student speaker.
Hello and welcome to the graduation we all dreamed of, but never truly thought it would happen. To be fair, after the parade, this is sort of like graduation number 2. I told administration that I would give a speech with a bullhorn out of the truck back in May, but alas, we're here. Today I am honored to be your student selected speaker. I'm sure Uday and Sher, as your valedictorian and salutatorian, have wonderful nuggets of wisdom for you all. But that's not why I'm here. I'm here because you've all accepted me and embraced my puns. Otherwise you wouldn't have voted for me. So buckle up, because puns are the foundation to this speech. You could even call them the basis or the Ahwatukee for success. For many of us in this graduating class, we proudly tout that we are the originals, back when we literally did not have floors. We are the students who remember the leaky roof, or for those who came a few years later, the students who remember the leaky roof. Yes, it has all been very roof. Nevertheless, it reminds me of this class's best quality. We take what we're given, and we make it our own. We've turned roofs into memes, made our foreign language classes into potlucks, changed review games into acts of war, and taken a brand new school and built a thriving community in our image. We are the class that's not afraid to come together, make some noise, and shake things up. Our collective spirit is Bob the Builder. We never stop saying, yes, we can. But beyond our ability to achieve goals as a group, every one of us has a personality that can light up a room. Not every grade has someone who texts the group chat looking for spare loose teeth, or who will inevitably open up his own video game enterprise called Hoon Station, or who will break their arm twice in 1 year, or someone who will dedicate their life and soul to a Spanish skit. These are just a few qualities that allude to a larger ability of each of us to be unapologetically ourselves. But I do apologize for accidentally trying to pair my Bluetooth earbuds with Miss Schmidt's smartwatch during physics class. What can I say? I had too much time on my hands. I also want to acknowledge the people who have influenced who we are today, our teachers. For those unaware, some might call me a teacher expert, perhaps a teacher whisperer, except I'm not one to whisper. Over the years, I've had the wonderful opportunity to get to know many of the talented educators who have impacted our lives for the better. Either way, while we've seen teachers come and go, each one of us has changed who we are today. They are some of the most talented and hardworking people I've ever met. Our teachers have pushed us out of our comfort zones, celebrated with us when we win, been there to comfort us when we lose. Our teachers have an invested interest and drive in helping us be the best possible versions of ourselves. They have at least given us a few laughs, and at the most given us indispensable advice for a lifetime. Now, looking to the present during these extraordinary times, I hope you've all remembered a few of those lessons. 2020 has been a roller coaster. It's had its ups and its downs. And for most of us, we're not sure when the ride is supposed to stop. Even so, we haven't fallen out of our seats just quite yet. So don't be afraid to feel sad or angry right now. There is an immense amount of uncertainty, and things are changing every day. Yet in all of this, remember that if BASIS taught us anything, it's how to deal with change. As I mentioned before, as our school changed, we learned to change with it. We found new ideas, new people, new ways, and we adapted and stuck it out till the end. I know that the chaos of high school and the pandemic are two very different things, yet hopefully the tools to thrive during both will overlap just a bit. And in terms of the future, so much is up in the air, but I will still tell you, you will be okay. In fact, to make it more official, and in honor of graduation, I wanted to print out the phrase, "You will be okay," in BASIS letters. Century Gothic. What can I say? I'm fond of it and it's just my type. But in true BASIS fashion, the printer was jammed. All three of them. Still, remember, we are an amazing class that is so much to be proud of collectively and individually. Moreover, since we have graduated and we are no longer Mustangs, never say nay.
Thank you, Hannah. We would now like to recognize our BASIS Ahwatukee Class of 2020 Salutatorian, Chur Tam, and Valedictorian, Uday Tandon. These two students have pursued two of the most rigorous courses of study available at our school, and on behalf of the BASIS Ahwatukee community, I'd like to congratulate them on their extraordinary accomplishments. We will hear first from Chur Tam, followed by Uday Tandon.
To the parents, teachers, friends, and students of the class of 2020, thank you for joining us in our virtual graduation. I know that no one was expecting our special day to turn out like this, but while we can't gather in person, that doesn't mean that graduation is any less special. It's an amazing accomplishment to be a high school graduate, even more so at BASIS Ahwatukee. We've certainly chosen to attend a very unique school. When it opened in 2013, many of us went through the office doors and were greeted with unfinished floors, a feeling of uncertainty from starting a new school, but most importantly, the welcoming faces of the various teachers that were starting their BASIS journey alongside with us, an exciting prospect of making new friends in a place where everyone was a stranger to each other. We had the very special opportunity of building the school community from scratch, and over the years, as friends and mentors have come and gone, and the floors having finally been completed, I've become incredibly proud of the students here and find myself lucky to be a part of the class of 2020. I've seen how close and intimate we've become, not afraid to laugh at each other's silly mistakes or sit down and talk through an argument or disagreement, how collaborative and adaptive we are, teaming up as a class to make that one tropes and schemes assignment just a bit easier, and how comforting we can be for our friends in a crisis. I've seen how driven we are in our passions and interests, waking up at 5 a.m. for a speech and debate tournament in Peoria because competing makes you feel on top of the world, and actively working to keep the soccer team afloat regardless of any setbacks because being on the field makes your heart race. And I've especially seen how tough and resistant we are to have gone through an incredibly rigorous curriculum, teacher changes, and the various problems that come with being a high school student. Each one of us has braved through the struggles and pressures that come with being a BASIS student to get here today, and for that, I'd like to say congratulations. We've withstood hundreds of late nights, an unimaginable amount of stress, and every dilemma that these 4 years have thrown at us. Even our school roof caved in before we did. And if we can outlast a slab of wood and concrete, we can certainly withstand the various hurdles in our future, whether it be in our personal lives, in our education, in our politics, or elsewhere. But while it's important to acknowledge the hardships we face, I'd also like to shine a light on the happier parts of our high school memories. Meeting the wonderful teachers who have supported and guided us in even personal issues beyond the classroom, many of whom have taken the time to join us on this Microsoft Teams call. The various superlatives we've become a part of, such as robotics and musical theater, that have given us a way to schedule some fun into our weeks and bond with the people in our school community. And especially the peers and close friends that we've met along the way, all of whom have helped us grow and learn as people, whether we wanted to or not. Of course, who could forget the more great specific things that I'm sure nearly everyone can look back upon, like Miss Dyer's OPs, which we dreaded at the time, but have instead become a fond memory, letting us smile back on a boys' reenactment of past teachers, and cringe at how the entire class was both insulted and complimented one by one. Or that day at the ASU language fair when the crepe shop finally opened and we all just hung out together for the day without a single worry. Also, our attempt at senior assassin that led to a panic at Walmart and someone full-on sneaking into a house. The bullying seminars that left big impressions for all the wrong reasons. The many competitive Kahoot rounds in physics in Mandarin. That soccer game that a handful of people went to and made the sidelines just a bit more lively. Our history of food Thanksgiving with Mr. Ellis. Organizing a funeral to appreciate all the teachers who used to teach here. Getting ready for school dances and taking pictures with friends, going to prom last year, and realizing that leadership really does know how to throw a party. And of course, taking pictures in our graduation gowns and walking through the building as the entire school joined us in our celebration. At this point, I know I'm just rambling on about random memories that you guys may or may not remember. But to me, these memories help define what it means to be a part of the BASIS Ahwatukee class of 2020. We all, of course, have personal experiences here that differ from one another. But with how small and close-knit our class is compared to other schools, there's no denying that the experiences that we do have helped shape the many characteristics that help define who we all are. We're chaotic, but ambitious. We're thrill seekers looking for a bit of fun, but we also know where to draw the line and take things seriously. We're independent and strong-minded, but we also cherish the friends around us and are willing to improve ourselves based on the conversations we share with them. We want to play a part in bettering the world around us, but we're also not afraid to ask for help when we need it. We're certainly a lot of things, and like fine wine, we only get better with age. I'm confident that as we walk our individual paths, each and every one of us is going to continue growing and maturing, doing their part to improve the communities around them and making the future just a bit brighter. However, one last thing that I would like to stress is that while we move on to the future, it's important to also appreciate and remember the times you've had here. For some of you, graduation is the end of a chapter that you don't plan to look back upon. And while moving forward is important, I also hope that everyone here will cherish the memories that the past 4, 5, even 7 years have given us. The ones I've mentioned in the speech, as well as the ones that only you know how to understand and treasure. I can confidently say that no one here is the same person that they were 4 years ago. And like it or not, a big part of that is due to the BASIS community. The interactions and conversations that you've had here, good or bad, with your closest friends and teachers, or that one person that you've always butted heads with, have all helped shape you into the person that you are now. Regardless of whether you've become a Sun Devil, a Wildcat, a Trojan, an Artichoke, or a Triton, There's always going to be a part of you that remains a Mustang. And I hope that each and every one of you will embrace this part of yourself and be proud to call yourself a 2020 graduate of Basis Ahwatukee, now and in the future. Thank you.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us for the Class of 2020 graduation. Just a few months ago, we all laughed at the idea of having an online Zoom graduation. Sure, it sounded funny, but there was no way it could actually happen to us, right? Well, here we are now, sitting in front of our laptops, cameras, TVs, and phones. And even though this is the last thing any of us expected or hoped for, I'm still grateful to have this opportunity to address all of you, the Class of 2020, one final time. This has been anything but a normal year, and our lives have been turned upside down in so many different ways. And in this situation, I found it's become really easy to focus on everything we would have been able to do. We would have had prom. We would have gathered 2 months ago for graduation like we always imagined and dreamed of. And we would have been excited to start our college journeys in the fall like normal. But we can't let these recent disappointments define our senior year or even our entire Basis High School experience. Don't let the Class of 2020 just be remembered for how hard we were hit by COVID-19, because we are so much more. So instead of the would-haves, I want to focus on everything we did get to do and accomplish over the years. And there is a lot, because nothing, not even a global pandemic, can ever take that away from us. To start off with, just being here today as a Basis graduate is an amazing achievement in and of itself. For a lot of us, this journey has been 7 years in the making, and that's something I'm still honestly trying to wrap my head around. So regardless of where we all started, take a moment to celebrate where we all stand right now, because we really have come a long, long way. I still vividly remember my first day at Basis Ahwatukee. I walked into Mr. Krupp's US history class, room 18, without knowing a single person. I remember how our school was still under construction. Hallways didn't even have all of their floors, and some classrooms were entirely unfinished, not to mention the leaky ceilings. It's fair to say a lot has changed since then, and it's been challenging to say the least. Teachers, administrators, heads of school have all come and gone. The only constant in this journey has been all of you, my peers, my classmates, my friends, my family. And for that, I'm forever grateful. Honestly, I would not have made it this far if it wasn't for the endless support I could always count on from all of you. We're a really small class, but honestly, I love that because it meant each and every one of us was there for each other when we needed it the most. And each of our experiences are definitely unique, but they're also grounded in that same sense of community that makes Basis Ahwatukee so special. And that community would be entirely incomplete without recognizing the amazing group of teachers we've been privileged to work with over the years. If being a student at Basis is hard, I can only imagine how difficult teaching there would be. And I'll admit, we've been a tough group to deal with sometimes. So I want to give a big thank you to all of our teachers, past and present, for not only putting up with us, but also pushing us to become the best versions of ourselves as possible. The countless hours of effort and dedication and passion you've all poured in is inspirational, to say the least. From literature readings to stressful essays, from foreign language skits to science labs, and from engaging lectures to cutthroat review games, all of our classes were memorable in their own ways. And I'm going to continue to cherish those memories long after we've all gone our separate ways. Whether it's excelling in the classroom or distinguishing ourselves outside of it, the Class of 2020 is a truly remarkable group of young men and women. Our academic accomplishments speak for themselves, with a curriculum that pushed us to our breaking points at times. But our greatest achievements aren't all the College Board tests we crushed. Instead, it's how the Class of 2020 is leaving a lasting impression on Basis Ahwatukee. Our grade has transformed the school in so many different and amazing ways. Here's just a few. Our speech and debate team has grown tremendously from just a handful of us to one of the biggest, most popular clubs at our school. 4 years ago, almost nobody knew about us. And now, Basis Ahwatukee is a well-respected and even feared team on the Arizona circuit. Plays from our drama department consistently amaze us with their dazzling performances year after year. From Peter Pan to James and the Giant Peach, even local news knew all about the amazing talent our school had to offer. And we definitely aren't a sports powerhouse, but that doesn't mean our athletes haven't made us proud over the years. The soccer team came all the way from a bleak 0-14 season back in freshman year to nearly winning their league this year before their season was cut short. And girls volleyball consistently made it to playoffs and kicked butt at inter-basis competitions. In the last couple years, Leadership Club has really redefined our sense of school pride with creative spirit weeks and events. By starting homecoming and prom last year, which was truly unforgettable, they not only started lasting traditions, but also we've been able to make lots of memories thanks to their hard work. And all of this is just the tip of the iceberg. We also started a school newspaper, a strong robotics team, and completed countless community service projects. The list goes on and on. Thinking back on everything we've done and how we've left an impact over the years should make all of us incredibly proud to call ourselves Basis Ahwatukee Mustangs. But we aren't just leaving an impression on the school and our community. More importantly, we've all left an impression on each other. Getting to know all of you has been one of my greatest privileges. And now, as we part ways for the next chapter in our lives, just remember 2 things. 1, I'm gonna miss you guys a lot. Basis Ahwatukee and its people have become family to me, and you've all shaped me into the person that I am today. Thank you. 2nd, if this wild year has taught us anything, it's the importance of adapting to the unexpected. We've weathered these last few months with maturity beyond our years, and nobody knows what the future holds for us, but remember that we always have the ability to control what we make of it. With us in charge, I'm confident the days ahead are only better and brighter. So thank you again to the Basis Ahwatukee class of 2020. We did it. Congratulations.
Thank you, Uday and Chur. We will now commence the process of the conferring of degrees. Each student will have their name called, and feel free to unmute your phones and cheer as your name is read. This program is pre-recorded, however, so I can't adjust the speed of the names as I call them. I ask that you be mindful of the person after you and allow their family time to cheer for them as well. Sama Abdel Rahman. Sama is an early graduate. She will be attending a college in Egypt, and she hopes to study pre-med. Rima Ayer. Rima is graduating with high honors. She will be attending Arizona State University and plans to study computer science. Rima Ayer. Saul Alcantara. Saul is graduating with high honors. He will be attending Brown University and plans to study East Asian Studies. Saul Alcantara. Tassin Arafin. Tassin is graduating with high honors. He will be attending Tufts University and plans to study mechanical engineering. Tassin Arafin. Sarah Belachanda. Sarah is graduating with high honors. She will be attending the University of Arizona, and she plans to study pre-neuroscience and cognitive science. Sarah Balachanda. Nicola Bennett. Nick is graduating with an honors diploma. He will be attending Arizona State University, and he plans to study mechanical engineering. Nicola Bennett. Jessica Bruns. Jess is graduating with high honors. She will be attending the University of Missouri, and she plans to study plant science. Jessica Bruns. Karina Buttram. Karina is graduating with high honors. She will be attending the University of Wisconsin-Madison, and she plans to study biomedical engineering. Karina Buttram. Alyssa Cobbing. Alyssa is graduating with high honors. She will be attending Arizona State University and plans to study biochemistry. Alyssa Cobbing. Cody Colbertson. Cody is graduating with a basis diploma. He will be attending the University of Arizona, and he plans to study microbiology. Cody Culbertson. Shaniza Dewan. Shaniza is graduating with high honors. She will be attending Arizona State University, and she plans to study computer science. Shaniza Dewan. Eric Dudabu. Eric is graduating with high honors. He will be attending Barrett, the Honors College at Arizona State University, and he plans to study biomedical engineering. Eric Dudabu. Alex Egan. Alex is graduating with high honors. He will be attending Barrett, the Honors College at Arizona State University, where he plans to study biomedical engineering. Alex Egan. Maya Haddad. Maya is graduating with honors. She will be attending Arizona State University, where she will be studying psychology. Maya Haddad. Helena Haley Michael. Helena is graduating with high honors. She will be attending the University of Arizona, where she will study public health. Helena Haley Michael. Tyler Hannert. Tyler is graduating with a basis diploma. He will be attending Scottsdale Community College, where he hopes to study film. Tyler Hannert. Emin Huck. Emin is graduating with high honors. She will be attending Barrett, the Honors College at Arizona State University, where she plans to study chemical engineering. Emin Huck. Cawthor Hawk. Cawthor is graduating with high honors. She will be attending Arizona State University, where she plans to study sociology and psychology. Cawthor Hawk. Jessica Hladick. Jessica is graduating with high honors. She will be attending Barrett, the Honors College at Arizona State University. Jessica Hladick. Zarif Hossein. Zarif is graduating with a basis diploma. He plans to attend Arizona State University, where he will study exploratory engineering and technology. Zarif Hossein. Akash Alangavan. Akash is graduating with high honors. He plans to attend the University of Toronto, where he will study computer science. Akash Alangavan. Unji Zhang. Unji is graduating with high honors. She will be attending Northwestern University, where she will study material science and engineering. Unji Zhang. Arnab Kabir. Arnab is graduating with high honors. He will be attending Barrett, the honors college at Arizona State University, where he will study mechanical engineering. Arnab Kabir. Kevin Kansas. Kevin is graduating with honors. He will be attending Barrett, the honors college at Arizona State University, where he plans to study psychology. Kevin Kansas. Vilmante Kodite. Vilma is graduating with high honors. She will be attending Reed College, where she plans to study biochemistry and molecular biology. Vilmante Kodite. Tae Hoon Kwan. Hoon is graduating with high honors. He will be attending Barrett, the honors college at Arizona State University, where he plans to study computer science. Tae Hoon Kwan. Kalena Leahy. Kalena is graduating with honors. She will be attending Barrett, the honors college at Arizona State University, where she plans to study business administration. Kalena Leahy. Vivian Lee. Vivian is graduating with high honors. She will be attending University of California at Berkeley, where she plans to study biology and animal behavior. Vivian Lee. Hannah Littler. Hannah is graduating with high honors. She will be attending New York University, where she plans to study dramatic writing. Hannah Littler. Alara Mardenley. Alara is graduating with honors. She will be attending Barrett, the honors college at Arizona State University, where she plans to study exploratory humanities. Alara Mardenley. Ivan Matyushov. Ivan is graduating with high honors. He will be attending Barrett, the honors college at Arizona State University, where he plans to study electrical engineering. Ivan Matyushov. Martina Montero. Martina is graduating with high honors. She will be attending Arizona State University, where she plans to study biology and psychology. Martina Montero. Riaz Malzoun Moghrabi. Riaz is graduating with high honors. He will be attending Rice University, where he plans to study materials science and engineering. Riaz Malzoun Moghrabi. Fatma Omar. Fatma is graduating with honors. She plans to attend Arizona State University, where she will study neurobiology, physiology, and behavior. Fatma Omar. Aniket Pandey. Aniket is graduating with high honors. He will be attending Northeastern University, where he plans to study chemical engineering. Aniket Pandey. Swapnika Raula. Swapnika is graduating with high honors. She will be attending the University of Southern California, where she plans to study health management. Swapnika Raula. Kayla Rizki. Kayla is graduating with high honors. She will be attending the University of California at San Diego, where she plans to study social science. Kayla Rizki. Elena Ross. Elena is graduating with high honors. She is attending Barrett, the Honors College at Arizona State University, where she plans to study chemistry. Elena Ross. Tagwa Salih. Tagwa is graduating with high honors. She will be attending Barrett, the Honors College at Arizona State University, where she plans to study neuroscience. Tagwa Salih. Emmanuel Shifra. Emmanuel is graduating with high honors. He will be attending the University of Notre Dame, where he plans to study business marketing. Emmanuel Shifra. Lydie Svitak. Lo is graduating with high honors. She will be attending Barrett, the Honors College at Arizona State University. Lydie Svitak. Chur Tam. Chur is graduating with high honors. She will be attending the University of Southern California, where she plans to study biological engineering. Chur Tam. Uday Tandon. Uday is graduating with high honors. He will be attending Northwestern University, where he plans to study economics. Uday Tandon. Caden Thompson. Caden is graduating with a BASIS diploma. He will be attending Mesa Community College, where he plans to study architectural engineering. Caden Thompson. Kathy Vo. Kathy is graduating with honors. She will be attending Mesa Community College, where she plans to study computer science. Kathy Vo. Thank you all for helping us celebrate our 5th annual BASIS Ahwatukee graduation. One last task before you are all officially graduates. You may turn your cameras on at this point if you would like. Mr. Cornell and Ms. Rogers will present the class of 2020.
Graduates, we bestow upon you today your BASIS curriculum diplomas, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. Will all of our graduates please rise?
Graduates, to signify to all the completion of your degrees, please shift your tassels from the right side to the left side of the cap. You are now graduated.
Congratulations, graduates!